Hello, my name is Carrie Brown and I am with the Central Mississippi Regional Library System. Today I'm going to be reading to you chapters 9 and 10 of Permaid's Merry Fishmas, written by Sudipta Bardhan-Quallen, illustrated by Vivian Wu, and published by Random House Children's Books, New York. Chapter 9. Meowie Fishmas, everyone! Papa shouted. Coral rubbed her eyes sleepily. What did you say? She asked. Meowie Fishmas, Papa repeated. He swam over and pulled the blanket off his daughter. Suddenly, Coral's eyes snapped open. Wait! It's morning? Papa nodded. You kittens were sleeping so soundly, we couldn't even wake you to get Angel and Shelley home. He chuckled. It looks like they're still half asleep now. Your mothers are on their way over to pick you girls up, Mama said. Your families miss you. They nodded sleepily. We're getting up, Shelley mumbled. Coral turned to the end table where she'd placed Shrimp's letter. It was still there. Oh, no, she wailed. Angel and Shelley heard their friend crying and immediately swam to her. What happened? Shelley asked. Coral gulped. It's Fishmas morning. We didn't stay awake. She covered her face with her paws. Santa Paws is already gone. We never gave him this letter. Angel and Shelley gasped. We didn't mean to fall asleep, Angel cried. Coral shrugged. It doesn't matter what we meant to do, she mumbled. Shelley put a paw around Coral's shoulders and squeezed. It'll be all right, she purred. It's Fishmas, it's Fishmas, it's Fishmas, someone shouted. Coral spun around. It was Shrimp. He had a huge grin on his face. He looked very excited. Coral felt terrible. I have to tell him, she thought. I have to tell my brother that I ruined Fishmas. Coral pulled away from Shelley. She swam over to Shrimp and squared her shoulders. She took a deep breath and said, I'm so sorry. Sorry for what? Shrimp asked. He saw his sister's tears. He reached up and wiped one away. Then he held Coral's paws. Don't cry, Coral. It's Fishmas. There's no reason to cry on Fishmas. I missed Santa Paws, Coral sobbed. I fell asleep, so I couldn't give him your letter, Shrimp. Shrimp's mouth fell open. He let go of Coral's paws. But you promised, he stammered. I know, Coral said. I messed up. She tried her best to stay awake, Angel said. We all did, Shelley added. Shrimp sniffled. It's fine, he said. It's not a big deal. I'll just write to Santa Paws next year. He was being very understanding, which made Coral feel even worse. Mama swam to Shrimp and gave him a hug. I know you're upset, she purred, but let's go look under the sea fan. Santa Paws may surprise you. That sounds like a great idea, Papa said. I think we should all go check the Fishmas sea fan. Mama led Shrimp away, but Coral slumped down to the floor. She stared sadly at Shrimp's letter. I know you feel bad, Angel said, but maybe we should try to do something fun. Coral sighed. I just don't feel very Fishmasy right now. You know, Coral, Papa said, sitting down next to her, what you did last night was the most Fishmasy thing I've seen in a while. What do you mean? Coral asked. All I did was fall asleep early and ruin everything. Actually, Papa said, you tried to do something nice for someone you love. You did your best to spread Fishmas spirit. That's what Fishmas is really about. Coral shook her head. I didn't want Fishmas spirit, she whined. I wanted Fishmas magic. Papa kissed Coral's forehead. I think it was purty magical. Maybe you'll see that someday, too. Tears flowed down Coral's cheeks. This was supposed to be the best Fishmas, she thought, but it's turning out to be the worst. Let's open some presents, Shelley suggested. That will make you feel better. I'll find my gift for you. I'll get mine, too, Angel added. We'll bring them here. Coral shrugged. Shelley reached for the letter on the table. I'm just going to move this, she said. We don't need it here to remind us. She stopped in the middle of her sentence and gasped. What is it? Angel asked. She rushed over. You look like you've seen a sea spider. "Look at this!" Shelley exclaimed. She held up a red envelope. This was under Shrimp's letter. "It's for you, Coral," Angel said. "I don't understand," Coral said. She reached out and Shelley handed her the envelope. She ripped it open and took out a letter. "Dear Coral," she read. "I'm sorry that you were sleeping last night when I visited your house. I would have liked to meet you. Trying to stay up to give me Shrimp's letter was a very nice thing to do. You must really love your brother. The next time you write me, please tell me if I got everything right for him. Love, Santa Paws. P.S. You're very lucky to have friends like Shelley and Angel. I wish I could have met them too. P.P.S. Did you know that Angel snores?" "I do not!" Angel exclaimed, scowling. But Coral didn't hear that. She couldn't believe what she was reading. "Santa Paws says to tell him if he got everything right for Shrimp," Shelley said. "But what does that mean?" Coral scratched her head. "I don't know," she said. "His letter is still here. So Santa Paws couldn't have seen it." Just then the girls heard Shrimp yelling, "Coral, come here, look!" Chapter 10. Coral rushed toward Shrimp. Her friends followed close behind. They found him in front of the Fishmas sea fan. "Is everything all right?" Coral asked her brother. "Look!" Shrimp answered. He was hovering in front of a new drum. "Santa Paws got me exactly what I asked for," he said. Coral scratched her head. She looked at her parents. "Did you get the drum for Shrimp?" she asked. "Are you squidding?" Papa purred. "Parents don't buy drums for kittens. Think of the noise." "It was Santa Paws!" Shrimp cried. He waved a red envelope like the one Coral had just opened. "I got this too. It's a letter from Santa Paws. It says, 'Your sister worked very hard to make sure I would know how to make your Fishmas wishes come true. Mermaids like her spread Fishmas spirit as well as I can. Make sure you thank her. Love, Santa Paws.'" He wrapped his arms around Coral's waist and squeezed. "I can't believe it! You did get my letter to Santa Paws." "I can't believe it either," Coral replied. "I don't know how it happened." "It must have been Fishmas magic," Angel suggested. "That's the only explanation," Shelley added. Shrimp squeezed Coral again. "You really are the best sister," he said. "Well, I do believe that," Coral said, giggling, "especially since I'm still your only sister." All the mermaids laughed. Shrimp, Coral, Shelley, and Angel began to give out the presents that were left under the Fishmas sea fan. "Santa Paws brought so many gifts," Shelley said. Coral spied something poking out from under the lowest branch. She leaned down and picked it up. It was a small box wrapped in gold seaweed. "What is that?" Shelley asked. "And who is it for?" Angel added. Coral looked for the tag. It read, "To Coral and her possum friends Shelley and Angel. Love, Santa Paws." "It's for the three of us, from Santa Paws." "Open it!" Shelley squealed. Coral ripped the seaweed off as quickly as Angel would have. She opened the lid of the box. Inside there were 3 tiny cone shells. Each one was painted red and had tiny pearls around the bottom edge. There was a tiny pearl on top of each. "These look just like the ornament I made for Mrs. Harbour," Coral gasped. "But they're not ornaments," Angel said. She lifted one shell up. "Look, there's a little clip on each one." "Which means we can put these on our friendship bracelets," Shelley exclaimed. "That's a fantastic idea," Coral agreed. "That way, we'll always remember the most important thing." "That presents are possum?" Angel joked. Coral grinned and shook her head. "No," she purred. "These charms will remind us that Fishmas wishes do come true." The end. Thank you. Goodbye.